Hi everybody, my name is Peter Diamandis. I'm the founder and executive chairman of the X Prize Foundation, and it's a pleasure to have my dear friend Julian Guthrie there with you. The story of her book, How to Make a Spaceship, is the story of my life and the story of the founding of the X Prize. She's done such an extraordinary job, and I'm so thankful for her in sharing the passions of a 9-year-old child who grew up on Apollo and Star Trek and a dream of going into space. And it's a dream that has led me to now start 19 companies, including the X Prize, Singularity University, Planetary Resources, International Space University, Singularity University. Ultimately, you know this as for your own selves, that when you have a dream that's in your heart and your soul, that can power you, that it keeps you going when the world is against you. And Julian did a beautiful job of chronicling that dream. And also, as the theme of this book goes, you know, it's about the fact that something, some event, some experience can inspire a kid to go, to experiment, to make mistakes, and to keep trying. And for me, in my childhood, it was the Apollo program and Star Trek. For my 6-year-old boys today, it's Legos and Minecraft and, you know, robots. And so I am such a huge fan of FIRST. Dean Kamen is a hero of mine. He's a dear friend. He's on my board at the X Prize Foundation, and he's someone who I think is a hero among us. You know, I wish I had Dean in my life. I wish I had FIRST in my life as I was a child. For me, I had to make it up myself. I built rockets and built robots and had my own chemistry sets, you know, mixing potassium perchlorate and potassium nitrate and charcoal and sulfur and magnesium and making explosives that would have probably characterized me as a terrorist today, but thank God, you know, that didn't happen back then. So listen, as FIRST teachers, you are the heroes for so many kids, to help them, you know, find their passion. I think about the 3 most important things I want for my 6-year-old boys and what I want for all children today. Number 1, that they find their passion. Because when you find your passion, you're driven beyond anything else. Not for something your parents want you to be passionate about or your teachers, but for you to be the guide for them to find their passions. And then secondly, to remain curious. I think curiosity in a world where Google and AI can answer your questions is such an important driver. And then finally, grit. To not give up when it gets hard, right? Passion, curiosity, and grit are the 3 things I want for my children and for children all around. So I think that FIRST teaches that to our children, that it teaches them passion, curiosity, and grit, and ultimately allows them to reach for the stars, to dream big beyond any constraints that their world may bring them. So ultimately, we have an urgent need to change education today. Education that we've had for most of human history is for a world far away before AI and robots and ubiquitous information and energy and an incredible exponential world we're living in. It's a world back then that was for factory workers, you know, literally doing their jobs, what they had to do to move our industrial world forward. But today we're living in a world of automation, information, and really helping a child figure out what they're passionate about and be able to have big dreams, because we're going to be able to do extraordinary things. Today, an individual is able to do what only governments and corporations could do 20 years ago. So ultimately, how do you inspire kids to dream big? And FIRST is such a critical part of that. So at the end of this program that you're going through, my goal for you, my request for you, is for you to recruit 3 friends, 3 neighbors, 3 workers, 3 colleagues to join you, to join the FIRST community, to help change the world by making FIRST the norm in all of our schools. You know, we emulate what we celebrate. And I want us to celebrate thinkers, engineers, scientists, entrepreneurs, people who see a problem and solve a problem. You know, what keeps me going and keeps me alive and excited about the future is the realization that we're living in a world today of 3 billion, soon to be 8 billion connected people. And that Today, it's an individual who can change the world, an individual who can see a problem and solve a problem. And children who go through FIRST learn that skill, learn that every problem can ultimately be solved. So I thank you for your time. Thank you, Julian, for the work that you've done for telling my story and that of the X Prize. And I'm excited for FIRST for my kids and for the kids whose lives you change. An honor and a pleasure. You, my friends, as teachers, are the most important part of our world. Thank you.